Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how I plan to take an old bed cover and turn it into some makeshift curtains for my office. So I went to the thrift store and I got this sheet cover blanket thing for my husband for Reformation Day. I cut off the back of this fabric and made a monk habit to wear to school. But I still have the front, and now that I've already have it, I decided I'm gonna go ahead and try to make a curtain for my office, and eventually I'll get something else, but then at least I'll have something up, and something is better than nothing in my mind. So here goes. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in half. This I'm going to go ahead and sew to make the top of the curtain, and then at the bottom, in order to, I'm going to make it just as wide as this so it'll bunch together and make a nice gather. But then to make the length, I'm going to take these pillow covers. I'm going to cut this in half, and then I'm going to sew it down to the bottom, so that I can create the length that I want, and I'll end up with a nice brown border along the edges of my curtain. And then I'm gonna cut this brown out because this here does not have the brown backing, and that way it won't look like it's a darker strip along the bottom. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trim that around on the edges. We got one piece here, and then I'll do the same on this side. One thing that I realized is that when I put this all together, this is wider than these two panels, but these two panels together are going to be wide enough to make the gather that I want. I'm going to make this a seam up along the sides. That'll get some of that extra fabric out. I'm going to sew these together, and I'm going to cut out the extra fabric here. So that these line up, I'm going to go ahead and cut out this extra fabric so there's one seam up the middle, and it'll create the border that I want. So now we're gonna stitch this. Once that's sewn, we'll cut out the extra fabric, and then we will sew in this bottom pattern and cut off that extra fabric. I went ahead and sewed it all together, and now I need to hem this portion along the edges and the top, but I'm gonna go ahead and iron this. I'm gonna roll it once and then again and match that with this seam here. I'm gonna iron that along both sides. Now that I have it ironed with a double loop, I'm going to go ahead and stitch probably about a 1/4 inch width along the side, up each side, and then along the top I'm going to fold this over, leaving some brown on the top to create my pocket for the curtain rod to go through, and I'll stitch along the top.